Hello dear students, welcome back. Today we are discussing lecture 7 qualitative analysis and problems on Faraday laws. Let's start our class. Qualitative analysis. In the previous lecture we have covered quantitative analysis, Faraday first law, second law, related derivations, current efficiency, everything. If anybody not watched, just watch that and can come to this class. So it's very easy to understand. Analysis is nothing but over electrolysis. If electrolyte have more than one positive and negative ions, then which ions go and deposit over the electrode is nothing but qualitative analysis. So here there will be certain factors to decide which ion deposit or liberate over the electrodes. Those factors we will discuss now. So the products formed during electrolysis depends on four main factors. The first factor is nature of electrolyte. Nature of electrolyte, which means whether it is molten or aqueous form. Example for this, suppose molten electrolyte. Molten means pure liquid. Molten electrolyte. So you take example of NaCl, molten NaCl. In this case, only ions come from the NaCl. So positive ion is Na plus, negative ion is Cl minus. So this deposit over cathode as sodium, and Cl minus go to anode and liberated as Cl2 gas. So that's how whatever ions present in the electrolyte, that will go on deposit. Instead of molten, if you take aqueous electrolyte, aqueous NaCl, so here water also participate in the electrolysis, because from aqueous H plus or H plus comma OH minus and Na plus and HCl minus, or you can also take it as H2O comma OH minus. So here more than one positive and more than one negative ions are present in aqueous NaCl. So which will deposit over the electrode decided by different factors. So here only the possible to ask questions more. So how it will be, how to decide everything we'll discuss with other factors. Just here remember more than one ions are formed. So even water also participate in electrolysis. That's nothing but nature of electrolyte. Coming to nature of ions present. Nature of ions present in the solution. So which is also nothing but discharge preferences. Discharge preference. So positive ions or metal ions order will be like this: Ag plus, Cu2 plus, Fe2 plus, Zn2 plus, H plus. So lesser the reactive ions, more the discharge. You can write less reactive ions discharge first. So here Ag plus discharge first, K plus discharge last. Suppose if Ag plus Cu plus 2 ions are present, then Ag plus will deposit first. Similarly, if it is aqueous Ag ions, means in aqueous electrolyte, H plus and Ag plus ions will be
So among those two, Ag plus will deposit first. That's nothing but nature of ions or discharge preference. Higher reactive metals won't discharge because high reactive metal ions are stable with ionic form. Low reactive metal ions are stable with atomic form or elemental form. Coming to anode reaction, this will happen, this will deposit over cathode, right? So here at anodic reaction, negative ions deposition order: I minus easily deposit, then Br minus, then Cl minus, OH minus, NO3 minus, and SO4 minus 2. This is the order of deposition. Suppose if you take Cl minus and OH minus, means aqueous NaCl, or which ions are released here? H plus, Na plus positive ions, Cl minus and OH minus negative ions. So in these two positive ions, H plus deposit first according to this order, and in these two, Cl minus will deposit first, then OH minus. That's why at anode H2 gas is formed, at cathode Cl2 gas is formed. Just one simple example linked to this factor. In detailed way, we'll discuss with the different examples. Coming to third factor is nature of electrodes. So electrodes are categorized into two types: inert and active. So inert electrode examples: graphite and platinum. And active electrode, any metal ions like copper, etc. Metal electrodes. So at inert electrodes, what happens? At inert electrodes, since electrode won't participate in reaction, only electrolytic ions deposit. So do not react. These inert electrodes not going to react over the electrolysis process. So only electrolyte participate. Ions deposit or liberate. Suppose example CuSO4 in graphite electrode or platinum electrode, what reaction happens? If you take aqueous CuSO4, so Cu2 plus ions, and so at anode, so at cathode, what reaction happens is, because in simple words you can take at aqueous CuSO4, Cu2 plus and H plus both will be. So H plus is more reactive than Cu2 plus, so that Cu2 plus will deposit first. So Cu2 plus accept 2 electrons from cathode and deposit as Cu. But in case of anode, from water which ions are there? OH minus ions. This OH minus ion can liberate O2 gas. So how it will be, we can discuss in the big types of electrolysis. So at inert electrode, this is the reaction. But when it is at active electrodes, what happens? At active electrodes, so at active electrodes like metal electrodes other than platinum, that electrode itself participate in electrodic reactions. What is it? We'll discuss. Reactive electrode examples: copper, silver and gold. So reactions: CuSO4 with copper electrodes, at cathode Cu2 plus converted into Cu, at anode Cu converted into Cu2 plus, because at anode oxidation takes place, at cathode reduction takes place. So these are the factors affecting over the electrolytic products. There is one more last factor, that is about concentration of ions. Even concentration of ions also decide which products are formed at electrodes. So high concentration of halides liberate halogen gas, like chlorine, bromine, those things. Dilute solution OH minus discharge from water and form as O2 gas. So example for this, concentrated NaCl gives Cl2 at anode, dilute NaCl O2 at anode. So here how it will be formed, we can conclude with this. So here concentrated NaCl means NaCl concentration is more, so that Cl2 will be at anode. Dilute NaCl means O2 will be at anode, that means OH minus ion from water liberate O2 at anode. So some common electrolytic cells, like what products are formed from electrolyte, we can discuss with examples. This is also very important. The first one is, you can write common electrolyte cells. Common electrolytic cells. The first one is electrolysis of acidified water so cathode and anodic reaction. So acidified water means acid with water. So cathodic reaction will be 2H plus 2 electrons gives rise to H2 gas, because acidified means from acid also H plus, from water also H plus positive ions, and negative ions are OH minus. So here anodic reaction will be OH minus ions, or you can write H2O. 2H2O gives rise to O2 plus 4H plus, right? 4H plus 4 electrons. So volume ratio also very important. This you might studied in previous classes. Volume of gases or volume ratio of gases. Ratio of gases will be H2 is to O2, which is 2 is to 1. Like 2 moles of H2 is formed when 1 mole of O2 is formed. Coming to next, some more examples. Electrolysis of aqueous NaCl, which is called as brine solution. Electrolysis of brine solution. Brine solution means aqueous NaCl. So here cathode and anodic reactions are like this. Cathode, so H2O becomes H2 plus 2 OH minus ions, and this is cathode, and anodic reactions will be 2Cl minus converted into Cl2 plus electrons. So products are important here. Products are H2Cl2 even NaOH. This you studied in 11th. chloralkali process. Same way, some more electrolytic cells we can discuss. Electrolysis of CuSO4 of CuSO4. So here cathode reaction is CuSO4 with inert electrodes. Inert electrode is nothing but the electrode which not participate in electrolytic reactions or electrode reactions. So at cathode, Cu2 plus converted into Cu because reduction, but at anode aqueous CuSO4 it is not molten. So we can take 2H2O gives rise to O2 plus H plus plus 4 electrons. So here O2 liberated, here Cu deposited. With inert electrodes it is. Suppose if it is with active electrodes, electrolysis of CuSO4 aqueous with active electrodes like copper only or silver or gold, anything you can take, but here we are taking copper. So here slightly the reactions of cathode and anode will differ because the electrode itself participate in reaction. So at cathode it's oxidation, so that reduction, so Cu2 plus 2 electrons becomes Cu, and same way anodic reaction will be, anode will be Cu lose 2 electrons and becomes Cu2 plus. So the Cu electrode itself participate both oxidation and reduction. These are the reactions when the electrode is active. So here color unchanged because same ions depositing and same ions liberating also, so that there will be no color change. And base of copper purification. So you can also use that purification of copper. This technique is used, purification of copper. These are the main applications of electrolytic cell, right? Even galvanization or electroplating or purification of copper. So we can also see few more. Very dilute H2SO4, very dilute. Here since very dilute, it behaves like water only. Here H2SO4 acts as supporting electrolyte and doesn't participate chemically. So reactions, electrolysis same like water, same as water. So cathodic product is what? H2 gas, and anodic reaction is gives O2 gas because it's same as water, and sulfate ions are not going to participate anywhere, it will be in the electrolyte. So this we can observe where pure water is electrolyzed, and 50% H2SO4 is there. This is also very important. 50% H2SO4 if we use as electrolyte, then anode O2 gas is liberated, but at cathode will be H2S2O8. which is nothing but Marshall acid. So multiple times this question came in previous year competitive exams. So this is overall some of the examples. Now I am going to show you much more electrolytic reactions. These are the reactions. So electrolytic cell, electrodes versus products, qualitative analysis. So dilute H2SO4 if you take with platinum electrode, H2 gas and O2 gas at anode. So it's same as water electrolysis. Aqueous NaCl we have discussed, some not discussed. PET electrode, H2 and Cl2 gas. This is called as chloralkali process. NaCl aqueous and dilute. So here H plus and Cl minus, so H2 gas, and here O2 gas is formed. Because from NaCl you take Na plus and Cl minus, since it is dilute H plus OH minus, so among Na plus, H plus, Cl minus and OH minus, whichever is having more deposition, that will deposit first. So among Na plus and H plus, low reactive metal ions stable in molecular form, so it will liberate H2 gas at cathode. Among Cl minus and OH minus, Cl minus have more discharge capacity, so it will deposit first the OH minus in the solution. Since OH minus ion in the solution, the pH of the solution will rise. That questions also possible task, where pH value decrease, where pH value increase, where blue litmus become red litmus paper or red become blue. Such kind of additional indirect questions also possible task here. Copper sulfate with inert electrode, copper metal, but at anode is oxygen gas, and since the copper is depositing, next one CuSO4, Cu electrode, Cu electrodes and Cu2 plus becomes Cu plus 1. Keep on, these are the reactions. This based also questions possible task. Same way AgNO3 with water, Ag plus H plus. Ag is less reactive than H plus, so that Ag will deposit at cathode. But NO3 minus and OH minus if you take, O2 gas is formed, because NO3 minus it will not deposit easy as comparatively OH minus. Wherever OH minus is going to anode means there O2 gas is liberated. Same way this also with silver electrode, that means active electrode, so that silver only undergoing oxidation, silver only undergoing reduction. So same with ZnSO4, these are the molten, means pure without water. So pure means that respect to ions only deposit. Suppose NaCl if you take, Na plus and Cl minus, K plus Cl minus, Pb plus 2 and Br2 gas, Al2O3 is H2 gas and O2 gas, which is nothing but Hall-Herold's process. Kl from bauxite ore. These are the related like ratio of gases formed at anode and cathode. This is overall what is the electrolyte and what are the products and what are the factors affecting over deposition of particular electrolytic ions. Hope it is clear, students. So this is the overall what is there in this everything, and